Dr. Emmanuel Patai, Audu, thank you very much for coming, sir. We also have the SA to the Governor on Food Systems, on Agriculture and Food Systems, Dr. Fashola.
You're welcome, sir. We're so glad to have you. I'm bringing it back home. Still at the table of our regulators, we'd like to recognize the Director, SEC Lagos, Mr. John Briggs. Thank you so much for being here, sir. I'm bringing it closer to the exchange. We'd like to recognize the Chairman of the Lagos Commodities and Futures Exchange, Chief Onyewechuku Eziago. Thank you so much for being here, sir. And also very close to us as well, we have the Chairman of the Association of Securities Dealing Houses of Nigeria, who is also a Director of LCFE, Mr. Sam Olukwe. Thank you so much. Members of the SEC Lagos office as well, good afternoon, and thank you once again for being here. Thank you very much. I would also like to recognize a juggernaut in the rice value chain, Madam Jumla. Good afternoon and welcome. Thank you so much. We'd like to recognize other members of the LCFE candidate members. We see WCM, the MD, Mr. Patrick Ajayi. Good afternoon and thank you, sir. We also have members from Central Securities here, Dr. Johnson. We also
address, just containing a small piece of paper, so that we can run and then do this thing quickly. So my DG can begin to run back to Abuja. I know he's waiting. So my job is to welcome all of you on behalf of the Board of Directors of Lagos Commodities and Futures Exchange. Today we are gathered to witness a defining moment, not just for the Lagos Commodities and Futures Exchange, the commodities value chain, but also for the Nigerian commodities ecosystem. The launch of the 23.4 billion Eko Rice Classic Spot contract is more than a financial milestone. It is a declaration that Nigeria is ready to take its rightful place among nations that use structured markets to drive prosperity, ensure food security, and empower their people. Our board has always believed that a commodity exchange is not only about numbers and contracts. It is about nation building. It is about creating wealth where it was once hidden. building trust where there was once uncertainty, and providing opportunities where there was once exclusion. Eko Rice Classic embodies this belief. It tells the world that Nigeria innovators, farmers, aggregators, and commodity brokers are really evolving. It shows that with the right structures, agricultural produce can be drivers of industrial growth and a source of national pride. What we celebrate today is also a story of courage. The courage of those who dares to believe that Nigeria commodities can compete globally. And the courage of those who invested their resources, skills, and vision to make this listing possible today. On behalf of the Board of Directors, I salute every partner who made this moment possible. The Lagos State Government, the Securities and Exchange Commission for its guidance, our brokers, trading members, partners, and all, including farmers and processors and aggregators, for their resilience. And every investor who believes in Nigeria's future, this moment is yours as much as it is ours. As we launch this contract, let it stand as a veritable pathway, a beacon of what is possible when we dream boldly, act collectively, and commit to excellence. This can be replicated in other agricultural products offerings of the exchange. This is our challenge, as it is for the whole of the agri-value chain. May this day mark the rise of Nigeria, where agriculture is not just our heritage, but our advantage. In Nigeria, where our commodities do not only feed us, but define us and propel all of us. In Nigeria, where we no longer look outward for validation, but inward for strength. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our moment. This is our future. This is our Nigeria's time. Thank you for listening, and may God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. And while we were seated, we've noted a few more of our special guests that we recognize very quickly.
All right, so we have Mr. Ayo Adeonipekun, FCS, FCA, CIS Registrar. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Representing Mr. Oluwopo Dada, the CIS President. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Yes. So he's being represented by Dr. Ayodeji Ebo. Thank you so much for coming, sir. And finally, in terms of recognition, we also like to recognize the MD and CEO of LCFE, the one that if he did not open his doors today, we would not have held this event. I am so sorry, sir.
We've actually kept the best for the last.
So, Mr. Akinshola Keredoluwale, thank you so much. And we also have the representatives from CSCS here as well at Depository. Thank you, we recognize you. Thank you so much. So moving on very quickly, because we are here for the Eko Rice Classic, we would like to take the story so far from Dr. Rotimi Fashola, the SA to the Governor on Agriculture and Food Systems.
Good afternoon, the DG. Good afternoon, Honorable Commissioner for then use the existing protocol to greet every other person in the exchange. I am not too familiar with the exchange, so I'm not too sure what the order of it is, but for all the dignitaries that are here today, good afternoon and welcome to this historic event. It's the first time I know in Nigeria that we're listing rice. I'm not aware that rice had been listed in any other place in this country. So it gives me great pleasure to be here at this historic occasion. The official listing of 23.4 billion naira Eko Rice Classic sports contract on the Lagos Commodities and Futures Exchange. What we are celebrating today is not just a contract, but the remarkable journey of Eko Rice and what it represents for Lagos, Nigeria, and agricultural future in general. Years ago, Lagos State asked a fundamental question: how do we guarantee food security for our people while reducing dependence on imported rice? The answer was found in a long-term investment in farmers, in processing facility, and in structured supply chain that could deliver not only quantity, but quality. That vision gave back to farming clusters, support for local producers, and ultimately the Lagos Rice Mill, which is based in Imota in Lagos State. The Lagos Rice Mill is now the largest in sub-Saharan Africa and the third largest in the world. From those early steps, Eko Rice emerged as a proudly Nigerian brand trusted by households for quality and consistency. But progress does not stop at success. What we were witnessing today is the evolution of Eko Rice into a higher standard, Eko Rice Classic, an upgraded version that embodies improved processing, better packaging, and global competitiveness. With its listing on LCFE, Eko Rice Classic had moved from being just a staple food to becoming a structured financial asset valued at 23.4 billion naira. This transformation is proof that agriculture in Nigeria is not only feeding our people, but also attracting investment, creating wealth, and building confidence in our economy. Today, I must commend LCFE not only for the listing this 23.4 billion naira contract, but for consistently championing innovation and building trust in Nigerian commodities market. This achievement proves that our exchange can power real economic exchange. I also thank the Securities and Exchange Commission for safeguarding the integrity of this process. And I salute our farmers and processors, as well as our traders. And the heroes whose resilience gave us product worthy of this platform. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, listing of this 23.4 billion naira Eko Rice Classic sports contract is a milestone, but also a foundation for greater achievement. It reminds us that when vision, hard work, and institutional strength come together, agriculture can transform lives and drive our economy. As the special advisor to Mr. Governor of Agriculture and Food System, I assure you that Lagos State will continue to support initiatives like this, ensuring that agriculture remains both our heritage and our future. And like we say in Lagos State, Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó, àjùmọ̀ṣe wa ni. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rotimi Fashola, for that story so far. I remember when I came over for an exploration, I had a great time to see Eko Rice Classic being produced right here in the heart of Lagos. Okay, so taking us on the keynote address this afternoon is the Honorable Commissioner for Agriculture, Lagos State, Miss Abisola Olusoya. A round of applause, please.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Not to take too much of your time, but recognizing the DG SEC and every other person here, particularly the MD of LCFE, we thank you for the opportunity once again to be here as a Lagos State government and particularly the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Systems. The last time I was here, I think that was 2021. I was still a greenhorn, but now I think I have cut my teeth in the agricultural sector. And so I'm very sure that I have the particular honor of being the first person standing here and wearing a hoodie and jeans and trainers. So I should actually win a Guinness Book of Record award for that, Abby. So apologies if I do not conform to your expectations this afternoon, but we're coming from a farm and we didn't want to be late. So we just came straight from the farm here. I think it would also be very important to mention that there's one man in this room. Without him, we wouldn't be doing what we are doing today, and that is a special advisor to Mr. Governor, Dr. Oluwarotimi Fashola. I feel that he was not given the due recognition by our MCs. Probably you don't understand his importance in the scheme of things. He runs the rice mill for the Lagos State government and producing one of the best. He deserves a round of applause. And he always fights to ensure that regardless of any obstacles, we have rice paddy available, and that is also in collaboration with LCFE. So, quickly to my speech. It is with a great honor and pride that I stand before you today. I guess Dr. Fashola has said that already, so let me just jump to the main. So what we are doing here is not just a mere financial transaction, it's the culmination of years of deliberate policy direction, bold investment, and above all, the resilience of our farmers, processors, traders, and all stakeholders who refuse to give up on the promise of Nigerian agriculture. When Lagos State conceived the vision of Eko Rice, it was not simply to put rice on our tables. It was to prove that agriculture, when properly structured and supported, could stand shoulder to shoulder with other sectors in driving economic growth, creating sustainable jobs, and delivering food security for millions. Eko Rice was designed to be more than a meal. It was designed to be a model. Today, with this 23.4 billion naira listing, that vision has expanded in scale and in meaning. Eko Rice is not just about rice. It is also about building a model that can be replicated across value chains such as maize, cassava, cocoa, and other commodities, where Lagos and indeed Nigeria have a strong competitive advantage. And if this can be done with rice, it can be done with any other crop. And LCFE is helping to prove that point. I want to especially commend the Lagos Commodities and Futures Exchange again for this innovation. You have taken what was once seen as a traditional activity and transformed it into a structured, bankable enterprise, and your work is helping us move agriculture from subsistence to structured business, from tradition to modernity, and from uncertainty to global relevance. I also acknowledge the Securities and Exchange Commission for ensuring a transparent and credible framework that builds trust in this market, attracting not just investors, but also the confidence of the Nigerian people. Above all, I salute our rice farmers, our processors, and very importantly, our traders, of which Madam Jumla, always number one, is here with us today. Without your labor, there will be no Eko Rice, and without Eko Rice, there will be no listing to celebrate. And that goes back again to why I said we should celebrate Dr. Oluwarotimi Fashola. But I think more importantly as well, we should be celebrating our governor, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, who also has seen to it that we must have Eko Rice in Lagos. So all of you are the heartbeat of this achievement, and the fields you cultivate, the mills you operate, and the sweat you invest are the foundation of the success. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, today's listing is proof that when government provides vision, when institutions provide structure, and when people bring dedication, transformation happens. It is proof that agriculture is not backward, but forward-looking. It is proof that with the right structures in place, agriculture can be one of the most powerful engines of wealth creation in Nigeria. The Ministry of Agriculture and Food Systems in Lagos will continue to champion policies and forge partnerships that strengthen the agricultural economy. And with initiatives like the Eko Rice Classic, we are writing a new story, a story of food security, of wealth, of resilience, and of a Lagos that refuses to settle for less. Together, let us build on this success until Lagos is not only feeding its people, but also exporting quality agricultural products to the rest of Nigeria and to the world. That is the future we envision, and that is the future we are determined to achieve. And in the words of Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, he will say, "This is Lagos." Thank you. Thank you so much, Honorable Commissioner, for that. And also recognizing some other dignitaries here with us. We have the chairman of the Okoba Abattoir. I hope I think, yes, Alhaji Laliga Abdullahi. Welcome, sir. And also we have the chairman of the Livestock Association here as well, Alhaji Badamasi Mohammed. You're welcome, sir. Also, we have the members of the Mile 12 International Market here, and the chairman is ably represented by the General Secretary, Alhaji Idris. Welcome, sir. So we're moving quickly towards the exchange perspective. I'd like to welcome the MD CEO, Mr. Akin Akeredoluwale.
Okay. Thank you very much. All protocols observed. I'm told that I don't have more than 1 minute to speak. So I'll go straight to today. My DG, I want to thank you very much for this event today. This listing that we're experiencing today took 4 years for us to get to this point. We throw it into SEC, they throw it out, that the risk profile is not yet ready. We throw it in, they throw it out that you don't have this ready. And this has been from the time that the DG was heading the commodities ecosystem, and is now the DG. So today we're doing 23.4 billion. I want to thank the Honorable Commissioner for being here today, and Dr. Fashola here, particularly Mr. Governor. He was here earlier, about 2 years ago. He believed so much that Lagos State is the fulcrum for finance in Nigeria and should be center point for commerce by way of comparative advantage. And like the Commissioner had mentioned earlier, this is just going to be a template to what we're going to be doing in other sectors apart from the rice value chain. I'm not going to take too much time today.